Hey, it's Cashflow Mike. Welcome back to the Clear Path to Cash podcast. This is the one. This is the most important step. This is where we add our first client. This is the one thing. So I'm on the Advisor Hub, which is the place you land. It's like a dashboard. It's like home. If we call it home, that's why it's got a home here. So we got the Quick Actions tab. We got add a client up here is one way we can get to it. We got add a client down here is another way we can get to it. So two different ways. It doesn't matter which one you use. I'm going to click on the big one in the quick actions because we've been using the quick actions. So I start there. Now, it's a simple modal. It's very simple to add your first client. All you've got to do is enter in a company name. I'll call it Cashflow Mike. What type of business is this? And this is important if you want to use the pricing modules, if you want to use the pricing tools, because it's set up to show you different things. Whether you're a retail company, do you actually sell it to the end consumer? Or are you a wholesale type company where you sell it to another retailer and then they sell it to the end consumer? Or do you do both, right? Some people say, well, what about service companies? Well, if I'm a service company, don't I sell it to the end user, or do I sell it to somebody else that resells my service? It's the same. Who are you selling it to, the end user or to somebody else who's going to resell your product? So you just select one of these and it determines on the inside what type of pricing look you should have inside the pricing tool, because it's got a wholesale pricing module and it's got a retail pricing module. All right, so the next thing is parent company. Now, this, if you're the type of person like me, when I had Blazing Star Staffing, I had the staffing company, I had 3-bar restaurants, I had property management company, all kind of operated under BSR, which is Brett Shea Rory, which is the name of my holding company, right? Mylan Enterprises, we'll call it. So Mylan Enterprises, if I had all the other 5 companies I just described, and I wanted to keep them all together so I can consolidate them, look at them separately or together, I could assign them to a parent, right? So I could assign, if there's no parent, any of the parents, I could just assign them to any of the companies I've already created. So if you have a main company, you can add your sub companies underneath it. So think about this, like you're a franchisor and you have 3 or 4 different locations. Well, maybe all different locations are separate companies underneath the main franchisee or franchisor. Is that right? Franchisee, franchisor. You guys know the difference. But you own 3 or 4 different places. They all roll up to you. This is how you can combine and separate all of those inside this app. The other thing is the NAICS code, right? So when you do the NAICS code, this is also going to set the industry. There's 2 separate databases inside this app. One is industry averages. Industry averages are based on your NAICS code. NAICS is North American Industry Classification System. It's used by the government. If you don't know where it is, look at your tax return. Your accountant probably gave you a NAICS code. If you don't know what it is, go to census.gov to the NAICS lookup tool. You can do it there. Or you can just look it up here by using just keywords. So if I'm in a restaurant business, I can just start typing in restaurant, and everything that's in there, I got to be able to spell restaurant. Yeah, there you go. So food service contractors, full service restaurants, I do that, and it's going to automatically assign an industry classification. So when you set up your new company, we got your basic information, right? The name of it, the retail, what it is. We looked up, restaurants. We had full service restaurants already in there. If you're a service-based company, you can toggle this off, and there's some different features that happen when you're a service-based company. But it also opens up all of these other settings, right? All these other settings, like what's the relationships that you have? Is there a parent company? What's the financial settings? Like what is the target reserve that you want for a cash reserve in this company? What is some of the target ratios? If you want to go in, all of the settings are underneath the company settings for the company you just set up, including a markdown strategy. Maybe when you get to a certain level and inventories above a certain level, you want to start marking it down. And this helps you automatically just print off a piece of paper that says, go change these prices because we need to mark them down. If you have team access, which means there's a couple different types of users you can use. One is the client, which has a whole different view. It doesn't get any of your cool advisor tools. It is just for you. right? Or the client just gets their stuff, things that they can interact with. And I'll talk about that in another video. Firm members, people that work in your firm, they get the same access as you at the same price. We don't charge per user, we charge per company, but per user, everybody in your company can use this whole tool. And then if you're the owner, you're the person that can make the subscription type decisions. And you can add people and you can add clients, those type of things. Then the danger zone. I called it the danger zone because, hey, when you delete this, it's all gone. Every single thing that you have in here, the data, the works, it's all gone. Now, one of the things I want to point out, when you create a company, I anonymize all of it, right? All the data you put in there. I don't know if it's ABC dry cleaner. I only know it by this, right? It's some random number assigned by the computer that it's 692F5. That is the way we protect your data, and I put it right in front of you so you know that we only know this. So sometimes you're going to get where AI will ask you, hey, who is this company? Can you give me the company ID? I'm trying to put all that in there for you so you don't have to, but know that the computer only knows you by a number, not a name. I'm Cashflow Mike. This is how you set up your first company. You just fill in the blanks, add a company, fill in the blanks, boom, you're ready to go. Now you can upload financial data and start seeing the analysis and giving advice like every great advisor should. If you want to learn more, go to cashflowmike.com.